So, good afternoon all. We will be starting with our lecture today. Yesterday we have seen the basic definition of S parameters and what are the reasons why we are going for an S parameters. So, I want to ask some questions like my question goes to Modliar Sarvana. Sarvana, unmute yourself and tell me why we are not going for the Z parameters, H parameters or Y parameter in case of high frequency circuits. Why we are not going for Z parameters or H parameters in case of high frequency circuit? What are the difficulties? Sarvana is there? Sarvana is there. Unmute yourself. Okay, Payal, unmute yourself. Payal is there?
Hello.
Hello, huh? Why we are going for a parameter? Why we are going for a parameter?
These parameters are difficult to measure, ma'am, at high frequencies.
Okay. Why? Because of we can't have an open circuit and closed circuit at a
Short
high
circuit.
frequency circuit. Like if you are making an open circuit, that will create an radiation, and if you are making a short circuit, that will create a heating effect. Okay. So we don't want to have both the effects near to the circuit or inside the circuit. So we are not going for a Z parameter or H parameter or Y parameter or ABCD parameters in case of high frequency circuit. Then if we are not going for these parameters, the next option is we have to go for a scattering parameter. S parameter stands for a scattering parameter. So S parameter is an option for an analysis for the high frequency circuits. So today's lecture is about the basic how to calculate the S parameters for a two-port network. So the objectives of lecture is that is students should able to derive S parameters for a two-port network. So we will start with that. We already seen yesterday, that is why we are not using other parameters, because it is not possible to have open circuit and short circuit in the in case of high frequency. Then equipments are not easily available to measure the total voltage or current in case of high frequencies, because every instrument is having its frequency limits. Like CRO is having a maximum 30 megahertz frequency limit, DSO is having a 60 megahertz frequency limit. In that way, so every instrument is having a limit for its operation in case of frequency. So the instruments which are measuring the frequency in gigahertz range are not easily available, or they are very costlier one. So we can't go for the open circuit, short circuit or direct voltage or current measurement. Then the active devices like transistors, tunnel diodes, PIN diode, IMPACT diode, TRAPAD diode, Barrett diode, like these devices will not remain stable when one of the terminal of the device is open circuited or short circuited. Okay, so we should not go for basically open circuit and short circuit technique. Then which technique we have to go? We have to measure the parameters by using a scattering parameters, or by using an S parameter. We can analyze the circuit by analyzing or measuring the S parameters. S stands for scattering. S stands for scattering. Scattering means what? That is distribution in different directions. Scattering means what? Distribution in different direction. Now see, the scattering parameters are indicated by S. Scattering parameter is indicated by S. So we can write the scattering parameter as S. Now, how to measure the scattering parameter? Scattering parameter is the ratio of reflected wave at a ith port divided by normalized incident wave at a jth port. In short, we can say that is scattering parameter is the ratio of normalized reflected wave and normalized incident wave. Okay, normalized, it is S parameter is a ratio of normalized reflected wave divided by normalized incident wave. Okay, now you are measuring the scattering parameter for which port? Okay, so as we are saying that it is a two-port network, then we can have two different ports. First port we can say as a I, and second port we can say as a J. Okay, first port we will say as a I, and second port we can say as a J. Then whatever the scattering of the signal takes place in between the two ports, when one of the port is getting an input signal, that is an incident signal, and one of the signal is one of the port is getting a reflected signal. Okay, so in that case we can write it as a reflected waves as on the ith port is a BI, and incident wave at a jth port is a AJ. Port number J is an input port in case, and wherever we are measuring the reflected signal, that is a port number I. Okay, so we can write BI upon AJ. Okay, and we can denote this scattering parameter in between a I and J port as a Sij. So always we have to remember that wherever the reflected signal, wherever we are measuring the reflected signal, that port number is indicated first after S. That is, we are measuring the reflected signal at a ith port. So we have to write I after S, that is Si. Okay. Then wherever we are measuring the incident signal, that incident signal is in the number of the port where the signal is incidenting, that is written after the reflected port, that is Sij. So always when whatever the number after S, that will be always measured with a reflected signal, that particular port, and that is written always on the top, and incident signal is always written on the bottom, and that is written at the second position after the reflected signal. So you can measure like this. Then how to measure this normalized reflected wave at any port? That is how to measure this BI. What is the formula to measure this BI? Now this BI is a normalized reflected wave at a port I. So that can be indicated as like reflected voltage wave at a ith port divided by characteristic impedance of a I port. Now characteristic impedance is indicated by ZO, and as we are measuring at a port number I, so we can write ZOI. If it is port number 1, then we can write ZO1. If it is port number 2, then you have to write ZO2. Okay, and here it is B2. B2 is equal to reflected wave at a port at the second port divided by under root of ZO2. You have to write like this. Okay. As we solve the sums or as we go further, you will have a better understanding of the concept. Then AJ is an incident voltage, normalized incident voltage wave. Then how to calculate AJ? Now you haven't measured this normalized reflected wave. It is not possible directly measure normalize a reflected wave or normalize the incident wave. So in whatever the wave or whatever the measurement, that can be measured in terms of the voltage only. Wave is measured in terms of the voltage only. So how to calculate this reflected wave or incident wave? That is, it can be calculated in terms of the voltage, and to do the normalization of the wave, we are dividing it by characteristic impedance. So AJ, that is the normalized incident wave at a jth port, can be calculated as incident voltage wave at a jth port divided by under root of ZOJ, where ZO is a characteristic impedance for the port J, ZOJ. Okay, now we can have a one by one. We will write the S parameters for a two-port network, and we can write the formulas for B and A for a two-port network. Okay, so you will have a better understanding. Now see, we can do a small exercise over here. All of you take your pen and notebook. All of you take your pen and notebook and write down this sentence: reflected at port A and incident at port, reflected at a port 1 and incident at a port 1. Okay, all of you written? Yes or no? All of you written this sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you? Okay, fine. So now see, I want to write the S parameter for this situation. Okay, my wave is reflected from the port 1 and my wave is also incidenting at port 1. Okay, so how I can write the S parameters? For writing the S parameter, I have to start with a capital S letter. So I will write the capital S. Then after that, what I have to write? I have to write down the port number where the reflected signal I am measuring. So in this case, where the reflected signal I am measuring at port 1. And then after that, what I have to write? I have to write the port number where incident signal I am measuring. So here I am measuring at port 1. So how I can write the S parameter? See, S parameter is equal to S11, where this S stands for an S parameter, that is a scattering parameter. Reflected signal is at port 1. So I am writing 1 after the S, and my incident signal is also at a port 1. I am measuring the incident signal at a port 1 only. So that is incident means I am inputting the signal at port 1, and reflected means back reflected signal at a port 1. So that we are going to see after this one. What do you mean by reflected, or why the signal is reflected? But we will write first S parameter. Try to write the first S parameter. So as my reflected signal is, I am measuring at port 1. So I will write this 1 after S, and incident signal is also at a port 1. So I will write second one after this first one. All of you got it? Now we will try to write it for different situations for a two-port network. Now see, my reflected signal is at port 1 and incident signal is at port 2. Now all of you try to write this S parameter related to this situation. Reflected signal is at port 1 and incident is at port 2. Are you able to write, or shall I tell you this one example also so you can write next situations? Okay, I will tell this one. So as it is a S parameter, I have to write capital S first, and see, the reflected is at port 1. So I have to write this one first. Okay, and incident is at port 2. So I have to write 2 after 1. Okay, so my S parameter, where the reflected signal is at port 1 and incident signal is at port 2, that will become S12. All of you got it? All of you got it? All of
Yes,
you got
ma'am.
it?
Yes.
Okay, now you have to write it for the next situation yourself. Okay, now if the reflected signal is at port 2 and incident signal is at port 1, what will be the S parameter? Reflected signal is,
S21.
yes, right, it's S21. Okay, all of you have written this one. Now we will move to the next situation. That is, reflected signal is at a port 2 and incident signal is at a port 2. So what will be the S parameter for this one?
S22.
Right, very good. S22. सब लोगों को समझ में आया? Answer is S22. So in that way, depending upon where we are giving the input signal and where we are getting the reflected signal at which port within the circuit, depending upon that, first we need to write a related S parameter. We need to write a related S parameter. Now, once you have written this S11, S12, S21 or S22, then the next job is to measure this S11 or S12 or S21. Now you can see that to measure this, what we require? To measure the S, we require B and A. We require B value and A value, related B value and A value. Okay, so then how to calculate this B and A? For that, we will take a example of a two-port network. Now onwards, you have to draw this two-port network. First, I will tell you how this is. Now, for the drawing the two-port network or any network which are having in a different port, the symbol is like you must have in a square. Okay, you must have in a square. So for a two-port network, first we need to draw a square. Then, as it is a two-port network, we have to create here two ports. Two ports means this. So this will be your port 1, okay, and this will be your port 2. Like like one input and one output terminals we have to give. Like, and these are called as a ports. So this is called as a port 1, one of the port, and this is called as port 2 in this network. Then as per our condition, like in the microwave, what happens when we are inputting the signal at any point, it is not possible for that point to accept all inputted signal. Okay. Many times what happens, because of mismatch of the impedance, some part of the signal will get reflected back from the junction point. And the remaining part of the signal will be get accepted by the circuit and it is carried in a forward direction. So we can have, if we are inputting the signal V1 plus at port number 1, then it will be indicated as like this in the forward direction. See the arrow direction. This is my input signal V1 plus at a port number 1. And see, in the microwave circuits, there is a one condition is like any port you can make an input port or any port you can make an output port. Okay, there is no distinction is written on the circuit like this is the input side and this is the output side. As other circuits, whatever we are using in the communications or whatever we are using in the ADC lab, there the input section and the output sections are specified on the circuit. But in the microwave circuit, you can change the ports anytime. Like you can you can use as a port number 1 as an input, or you can use a port number 2 as an input. So we can provide the input from the any one of the port. So if you are inputting the signal from the port number 1, the signal is indicated as V1. Okay, and if we are inputting the signal from the port number 2 side, signal is indicated as V2. Okay, so whatever the signal moving in a forward direction, that is indicated by the plus sign. Okay, it is indicated by plus sign. So whatever the signal we are inputting at a port number 1, that will become V1 plus. And whatever the signal we are inputting at a port number 2, that will become V2 plus. Okay, but see, when we are giving this V1 plus signal at this two-port network, when that signal comes here at this junction point, this V1 plus whole signal will not be accepted by this two-port network. Some part of this signal will get reflected back by this two-port network. Same thing happens here also. When we are inputting this signal V2 plus at a port number 2, whole signal will not be pushed forward in the network. Some part of the signal will get reflected back, from this junction point. Okay. Now this is called as a reflected signal, which is reflected back and which are moving in a forward direction. That is called as an incident signal. Okay, so V1 plus is an incident signal at a port 1 and V2 plus will be the incident signal at a port 2. Okay, possible incident signal. And normalized incident wave at a port 1 will be the A1 and normalized incident wave at a port number 2 will be A2 because we are indicating incident signal by A. Okay, so at a port number 1 it will become A1, at a port number 2 it will become A2. Okay, now see, at the port number 1, as I have told you, whole signal will not get accepted by the network. Some signal get reflected back and this back reflected signal is indicated by V1 minus. Back reflected signal is indicated by V1 minus. Okay, so and this back reflected signal we are normalized back reflected wave we are indicating by the letter B. So that will become B1 in case of port 1 and here also same thing happens. Whatever the V2 signal we are inputting over here, that will some of the signal will get reflected back and that back reflected signal is called as V2 minus. And this incident signal and the reflected signals are having opposite directions and normalized back reflected signal at a port 2 is indicated by B2. Okay, so this will be the A1, this will be the A2, this will be the B1, this will be the B2. This is port 1 we have already indicated and this is port 2. Now characteristic impedance at a port 1 will be Z01 and characteristic impedance at a port 2 will be Z02. Okay, characteristic impedance at a port 1 is Z01, characteristic impedance at a port number 2 is a Z02. Input incident signal at a port number 1 is V1 plus and back reflected signal at a port number 1 is a V1 minus. Incident signal at a port number 2 is V2 plus and back reflected signal at a port number 2 is V2 minus. Normalized signal at a normalized incident signal at a port number 1 is A1 and normalized reflected signal at a port number 1 is B1. Normalized incident signal at a port number 2 is A2 and normalized reflected signal at a port number 2 is B2. All of you got it? All of you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now we will write. Hello. Now we can write the equation for B1, A1, A2, B1 and B2 because before writing the S parameters or before finding the formula for S parameter, we need to know this B1, B2 values. Okay, because S is equal to what? B divided by A. Okay, so we need to find out this A and B values. Now see, for the A1, what is the formula for A1? A1 is equal to, that is incident signal at a port 1 divided by under root of characteristic impedance at a port 1. So how I can write? A1 is equal to V1 plus, that is the incident signal at a port 1 divided by the under root of characteristic impedance at port 1, that is Z01. Okay. A1 is an incident signal. So incident signal at a port number 1 is my V1 plus. So I will write V1 plus over here divided by under root of characteristic impedance of port 1. So characteristic impedance of a port 1 is Z01. So I can write A1 is equal to V1 plus divided by Z01. Okay. Similarly, I can write formula for B1 depending upon this my circuit. That is B1 is what? Back reflected signal or normalized back reflected signal. Okay. So reflected signal at port 1 is V1 minus. Okay. And the characteristic impedance of this port 1 is Z01. So I can write B1 is equal to V1 minus divided by under root of Z01. Okay. So this is for port 1. Then port 2. A2 is an incident signal. So incident signal at a port 2 is V2 plus, and the characteristic impedance at a port number 2 is Z02. So I can write A2 equals to V2 plus divided by under root of Z02. Similarly, the back reflected signal at a port number 2 is B2, normalized back reflected signal, and the voltage back reflected signal is V2 minus. So B2 is equal to V2 minus divided by under root of Z02, where Z02 is characteristic impedance of a port number 2. Okay, all of you got this? Got these formulas for A1, B1, A2, B2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can note it down. You draw the network first and note down the formulas for A1, B1, A2, B2. Over.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, shall we move further? Now, you can see already we have written the formula for S11. S11 matlab kya? Back reflected signal at 1. Okay. S11 means what? Back reflected signal at 1 divided by incident signal at 1. Right? S11 stands for back reflected signal at 1 divided by incident signal at 1. Because S is equal to B divided by A. Back reflected signal at a port 1 is B1 and incident signal at port 1 is A1. So S11 is equal to B1 upon A1, right? Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now we can write it for the another. So I will tell you the one, then next you have to write yourself. Okay? So for S11 that is equal to B1 upon A1. Then for S12, first one is the back reflected signal at a port 1 as first number is 1. So back reflected signal at port 1 is B1 and second number is 2. That means incident signal is at port 2. So incident signal at a port 2 is A2. So S12 is equal to B1 upon A2, right? Now you have to write it for S21. सब लोगों ने खुद से लिखना है. S21 के लिए क्या होगा? What will be the formula in terms of A1, B and A for S21? Third parameter is S21.
Ma'am, B2 by A1.
Yes. It will be for S21 that will become B2 upon A1, right? Now the next parameter is S22. Next parameter is S22. You write yourself for S22.
B2 upon A2.
Right. That is B2 upon A2. So now from this you can understand like that if the network is a two-port network, then there are only two inputs are possible A1 and A2. Only two inputs are possible if the network is a two-port network, right? You can give either input from the port 1 or you can either give input from the port 2. So only two input conditions are possible, right? Then only two back reflected conditions are possible. Either you can have a reflection at a port 1 or you can have a reflection at a port 2. That is only two back reflected parameters are possible, that is B1 and B2. Now if you are having these four parameters, then if you want to relate these parameters, only four relations are possible. Like you can have the relation in between A1, B1, you can have the relation between A1, B2, you can have the relation in between A2, B1, or you can have the relation between A2, B2. Okay, if you are holding B1, B1 can be related to A1, B1 can be related to A2 only, and B2 can be related to A1 and B2 can be related to A2 only. Okay, input and reflected signals can be related in a four different possible combinations. Okay, if the network is a two-port network, then only four possible combinations or possible relations in between this input and output can be possible. Okay, so from this what we can say, if the network is a two-port network, only four S parameters are possible, or we can write the four S parameters. For the two-port network, there are four S parameters are possible, or we can write four S parameters. Okay, then if the ठीक है वो बाद में देखेंगे, we can put it in a matrix. Okay, ठीक है, for two-port network 4S parameters are possible right now for this one. Now from this four equations we can write the equation for B1. Okay, we can write the equation for B1. So to write the equation for B1, that is the output equation. Output signals are B1 and B2, so we can write the equation for output signal depending upon these four S parameters. So B1 is equal to what? S11 A1. Okay, B1 is equal to S11 A1 from this equation. Similarly, B1 is also depends upon this relation. S12 is equal to B1 upon A2. So B1 is available in first two equations. Then third and fourth equation, B1 is not available. So by considering first and second equation, we can write the equation for B1. So B1 is equal to what? A1 multiplied by S11. So we can write S11 A1 from the equation number 1. We have taken A1 on this side. That will become S11 A1 is equal to B1. Okay. So B1 is equal to S11 A1 plus from this equation number 2, it will become A2 we will bring on this side, so that will become S12 A2. So B1 is equal to S11 A1 plus S12 A2. Okay, from this first and second equation. Similarly, from the third and fourth equation we can write for B2. Can you able to write for B2? There are two output signals, B1 and B2. If you see the arrow direction for B1 and B2, there are a back reflected signal means output directions. So for this back reflected signal B1 and B2, we can write down the equations. So from equation number 3 and 4, you just write it down for B2. What is B2 equal to?
S21 A1 plus S22 A2.
A1 plus S22 A2.
Yes, B2 is equal to B2. From this equation number 3, what we can write? S21 multiplied by this. If we will take A1 on this side, that will become in a multiplication. S21 A1 is equal to B2. And equation number 4 also comprises of B2. So we can write S22 into A2 is equal to B2. So B2 is equal to S21 A1 plus S22 A2. So like this we can write these two equations for an output signals B1 and B2 in terms of S parameters and input parameters. So you can write this two equation. I hope all of you are already written. We are not written, they have to write. Okay, we will move further then.
Ma'am,
हेलो, हाँ
hello.
बोलो.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
हाँ बोलो.
Ma'am, first two equations में if we are adding them, so B1 should be equal to S11A1 plus S12A2 divided by 2 na? Because B1 and B1 will
No,
also get added.
no. B1 is due to this. There are always not possible that both these parameters are available. Always it is not possible we can give the input at A1 as well as at A2. So we have to reduce this A1 and A2 according to the condition. For example, if I am using port 1 as an input port, okay, at a time circuit के दोनों तरफ से हम लोग input नहीं connect करते हैं, okay.
Okay.
Getting fine. So it is not possible always we have A1 and A2 at a time in the circuit. So when we are using AO, that is input port as a port 1, then in that case A2 will become 0. So this term will not be there. Then unnecessarily we are dividing it by 2. So this should not happen. And these for that we are just adding this, we are just writing the parameters which are causing this B1 or which is the output B1 is due to which parameters, that we are only equating. Like S1 B1 is due to S11A1 and B1 is also due to S12A2. So we are just writing S11A1 plus S12A2. Similarly, B2 is due to S21A1 and B2 is also due to S22A2. It's not necessary like always we will meet this thing that is दोनों तरफ से input दिया है. There are some situations where we need to give the input from both the sides, but these are very rare situations. Okay. So we'll move further.
Okay, ma'am.
We can write in our scattering matrix. So these two equations we are having right now, right? B1 and B2. From this equation, based on these two equations, we can write a scattering matrix. Okay. Now see, for writing the scattering matrix, how I can write? First, I will write whatever the output signals possible output signals from these two equations are B1 and B2. So I will write first B1 and B2. Okay. The possible available two input signals are only A1 and A2. So I will write the input signal as A1 and A2, right? Then I have to place this S parameters in this matrix. So I will place according to this equation only. So this will be S11 and S12 in one row and S21 and S22, that is due to the second equation, in the second row. So I will write first equation parameters in the first row and I will write the second equation parameters in the second row. So S11 and S12, I will write it in a first row, that is whatever the parameters in the equation number 1, that I will write in the first row. Whatever the parameters in the equation number 2, that I will write in a second row. So this results, this is a output matrix. This is a input matrix. A1, A2 is an input matrix, and this S11, S12, S21, and S22 will be an S parameter matrix, right? So like this I can write an S parameter matrix. So this is my S parameter matrix. Okay, this is the input parameter matrix. This is the output parameter matrix B1, B2, and A1, A2 are the input parameter matrix. Okay. All of you got it? So from this matrix, I can say that for the two-port networks, there are two outputs possible, B1 and B2, two inputs possible, A1 and A2, and four S parameters possible, like S11, S12, S21 and S22. So this is about a two-port network. Now from this we can say that this is always S parameter matrix is always a square matrix. If you try to write it for four-port network, then there will be the total 16 S parameters you are getting because of 4 input and 4 output conditions. Okay, so we are not writing it now. As we proceed, you will come to know. So then how to calculate this S parameter based on a voltage wave? This thing we have done, okay, based upon the voltage V plus V1 plus V1 minus V2 plus V2 minus. How to calculate the S parameter? अभी हमने S parameter calculate किया depending upon this B1 A1, okay. Then by putting the value of B1 and A1 in this equation or B1 A2 in these equations, we can calculate the S parameter in terms of the voltages. Okay, so we already written this equation in your notebook. You written, no? So write down the heading, calculate S parameter based on a voltage wave. Now we will see how we can calculate the S parameter by various methods. If you have the values directly A1, A2, B1, B2, already these values are given. You can put these values in the formula and calculate S11, S22 or S12 and S21, 4 parameters for two-port network. If you don't have that value, then if you have only voltage values, that is incident voltage and reflected voltage values, then how to calculate this S parameters, that we will see. Already you have written this formula for A1, B1, A2, B2 in your notebook. Then we will put this formula, or we will put the values of A1, B1 to calculate S11. S11 is equal to B1 upon A1. So A1 is what? A1 is V1 plus divided by under root of Z01. And what is B1? B1 is equal to V1 minus divided by under root of Z01. So we will put the value of B1 over here and A1 over here. So this will cancel Z01 and Z01. Remaining will be the V1 minus divided by V1 plus. So S11 can be also calculated depending upon voltages V1 minus divided by V1 plus. That is incident voltage divided by reflected voltage divided by incident voltage. Also we can use to calculate the S11. Okay. Similarly, we can calculate S12. S12 is equal to what? S12 is equal to, as 1 is the first number, that will, and first number is always a reflected signal number. So S12 is equal to B1 and 2 is the second number. Second is stands for a incident wave. So B1 divided by A2. So B1 का value क्या है? What is the B1 value? V1 minus divided by under root of Z01. And A2 का value क्या है? A2 is equal to V2 plus divided by under root of Z02. So this will be the formula. In case if both the input ports, both the ports, that is port 1 and port 2, are perfectly matched with the impedance. If the port 1 and port 2 are having the same impedance or perfectly matched impedance, then Z01 will become Z01 is equal to Z02. If the Z01 is equal to Z02, then these two will get cancelled, otherwise they will remain in the formula. If Z01 is equal to Z02, then V1 minus divided by V2 plus is equal to S12. Many times in the sums it is specified, like port 1 and 2 are perfectly matched. If the port 1 and 2 are perfectly matched, then S12 is equal to V1 minus divided by V2 plus. Otherwise, the formula will remain like this. If they are not perfectly matched, that is Z01 is not equal to Z02, then you have to write the formula as it is. Okay. Similarly, for S21, same condition. S21, as the second number is the first appearing after S, so second port 2 will have a reflected signal, that is B2, divided by incident signal is at port 1, that is A1. So B2 is equal to V2 minus divided by under root of Z02 from the here, ये formula से. Then A1 is equal to V1 plus divided by Z01 from this formula. So if 1 and 2 are perfectly matched, then Z01 is equal to Z02. In that case, the Z01 and Z02 will cancel each other and remaining formula will be V2 minus divided by V1 plus. Okay. Otherwise, the formula, if they are not perfectly matched, this condition is not matching, Z01 is not equal to Z02, then this formula will remain as it is. Okay. Then the last parameter is S22. S22 is equal to B2 upon A2, as both the numbers are 2. Reflected signal is 2, incident signal is also at a port 2. So reflected signal at port 2 is B2, incident signal at port 2 is A2. So B2 upon A2 is equal to B2 का value V2 minus divided by under root of Z02 and A2 का value V2 plus divided by under root of Z02. Z02 both will get cancelled. S22 is equal to V2 minus divided by V1 plus. So these are the formulas depending upon the voltage values. Okay. So you just write down these things, write down these formulas. Over? Is it over?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Oh. Shall we move further? Now, this S11 or these S parameters can be also calculated depending upon the input impedance and output impedance. Okay, so we will take a same network with the same conditions. Okay, now if we are observing from the this side in the network, then whatever the input impedance of a network, that can be written as Zin. Input impedance of the network, that can be written as Zin. And I think you have seen that formula. Then we can write a S11 formula as S11 is equal to Zin minus Z0 divided by Zin plus Z0, where Z0 is a characteristic impedance. If we are taking it as a port 1, it can become a Z01. That depends upon the conditions. Okay, so in general, in the formula Z0 it will be a characteristic impedance and Zin will be the input impedance of your circuit. Okay, when you are looking from this side. So S11 is equal to Zin minus Z0 divided by Zin plus Z0. And you can call it as also input reflection coefficient, gamma n, that you have studied in antenna, gamma n. S11 is equal to Zin minus Z0 upon Zin plus Z0, where Zin is a input impedance of the network when you are looking from here inside the network, and Z0 is your characteristic impedance of the network that will be specified in the sum. Okay, then if you know the output impedance, then how to find out the output impedance? If you are looking from output side of the circuit, from this side, whatever the total impedance of the circuit, that is called Z out. If you know the Z out, then you can calculate S22, like S22 is equal to Z out minus Z0 divided by Z out plus Z0. So what is this Z0? Z0 is an characteristic impedance and Z out is an output impedance of the circuit, or sorry, total impedance of a circuit when we are looking from the output side. Okay. Z out is the impedance when we are looking inside the circuit from the output side, and Zin is the impedance when we are looking inside the circuit from an input side. Okay, so if you know the Zin and Z out, you can calculate S11 and S22 also. S11 is also called gamma N, that is reflection coefficient at an input terminal, and S22 is also called as gamma out, that is the reflection coefficient at an output terminal. So these are the various ways to calculate S parameters. Which are the different ways? The first way is that if you know A1 and B1 and A2, B2 value directly, you can put it in the formula. S11 is equal to A1, B1 upon A1, S12 is equal to B1 upon A2, in that way, and you can calculate the S parameters. Then if you don't know A1, B1 values or A, B values, if you know the values of the reflected voltage and the incident voltage, that is if you know V1 plus, V1 minus, V2 plus and V2 minus, you can calculate the S parameters by using these formulas. Okay, you can use it, these formulas, voltage based formulas, and you can calculate the S parameters. And if this is not given, if the input impedance is given and output impedance is given, or it is possible to calculate the input and output impedance of the circuit, you can find out the S11 and S22 value depending upon the impedance by using this formula. Okay, so these are the various formulas to calculate the S parameters for a two-port network. Okay, you just write down this one also, these formulas, S11 and S22. So you no need to draw the.
So will the question
I'm not able to get, your voice is not clear.
given like
Wait, I will tell you the thing. Many times in the sums they will give some
hello,
values.
ma'am?
Hello. So first listen to me and then you ask. Okay. Many times there are some values are given in the sum. They maybe give you the value for A that is A1, B1, A2, B2. So if in the sum A1, B1, A2, B2 values are given, you can use that formula based upon A1, B1, A2, B2. If the values are given, like voltage values are given in the sum, that is reflected voltage at a port 1, incident voltage at a port 1 is given, like V1 plus, V1 minus values are given, V2 plus, V2 minus values are given, then you can use the formula based upon V1, V2, okay. And if it is not given, A values and V values are not given, if the input impedance and the output impedance values are given in the circuit or given in the sum, you can use these formulas based upon Zin and Z out. And if any value is not given in the circuit, then you have to decide which formula we have to use depending upon which parameters we can calculate from the circuit. So we are going to take a sums from the next lecture because now it's 2:55. So from the next lecture, first we'll define the properties of S parameters, okay, for the networks. And then after defining the properties of S parameters, we will be starting with the sum, how to calculate S parameters for the various types of networks. So it's not like that. We are not going to study the NT again over here. Okay, your network theory we are not going to study again. Whole networks are not there. There are only 3 to 4 types of the networks for which S parameters will be asked in your exam, because in the orientation program conducted by University of Mumbai, they have told we have to ask the S parameter calculation for the specific networks only. So they have mentioned whatever the networks they have mentioned, all type networks I will take a sum. So you will come to know if the network is like this, how to calculate the S parameter. Only the numbers will change. Registers, capacitors का value सिर्फ change करेंगे, network का type वही रहता है. That only values you have to change as we are doing the sums. Okay, you will come to know from the next lecture. You will see how to calculate the S parameter, and it's very easy. Don't be get traced. Okay. So it's very easy than the NT, network theory. Okay. So now what is your doubt?
Ma'am, it's cleared. It was the same doubt.
Okay, fine. So I think जो 5 लोग first roll numbers है, they please turn on your the camera and please अपना शक्ल मुझे दिखा दो कि I should know who is that guy who is having this name. इसका नाम ये है, उसका नाम ये वो है, because I haven't taught you earlier. And by that time, if anyone is having the doubt, they can ask regarding today's lecture. As we go for the sums, the ideas will be more clear, how to use the formulas and how to decide upon the formulas. So roll number, first वाला roll number कौन है? First कौन है roll list में? अभिषेक. No, camera तो on करो. Okay, you're Abhishek Kumar. Okay, next. Who is roll number? Next roll number to Abhishek.
Diksha Adke, ma'am.
Diksha Adke. Okay, ठीक. Third one, third person.
मैम हर्ष अग्रवाल.
अपना कैमरा तो ऑन करो हर्ष.
एक सेकंड मैम. या आई एम हर्ष अग्रवाल.
अच्छा, you're Harsh Agrawal. I have seen you many times, but I don't know your name. Okay, good. Fourth person in the list. कीर्ति पूरा फेस नहीं दिख रहा है मुझे, थोड़ा पीछे हो जाओ. राइट, ओके, गॉट इट. नेक्स्ट वन, लास्ट वन फॉर टुडे.
मैम अर्नब बैनर्जी.
अर्नब. अच्छा अर्नब, यू आर
Yes, ma'am.
मतलब बहुत बार ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं, लेफ्ट कर रहे हैं, ऐसा दोनों लेक्चर में हुआ क्यों?
नहीं मैम, ये फर्स्ट लेक्चर मैम. लास्ट लेक्चर में गेस्ट वाला था ना, तो मैम वो आपने बोला था कि गेस्ट का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, मतलब गेस्ट नहीं होएगा. एंड इस लेक्चर में मैम वो थोड़ा वाईफाई का प्रॉब्लम है, वो अभी भी आ रहा है, बैड नेटवर्क क्वालिटी है थोड़ा इधर.
ओके